Lo quiero ver. Quiero verlo. Same meaning, same words, different order. So what's going on? And how do native speakers know where to put the pronoun? Amigas y amigos, welcome back. This is Profe Juan, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why Spanish pronouns sometimes move, why both positions can be correct, and the simple pattern behind sentences like quiero verlo. And you know what I always say. This is not about complicated grammar. This is not about making things difficult. No. This is how Spanish actually works, okay? Let's start because many learners see this and panic. Lo quiero ver and quiero verlo. And they assume one must be wrong. But actually both are perfectly correct. The question isn't which one is right. The question is, why does Spanish allow both? Let me remind you first. Make sure you have watched the direct object pronouns explained video, because today we're focusing on where pronouns go, not what they mean, okay? Here's the main idea. When Spanish has two verbs together, many pronouns can either go before the first verb or attach to the second verb. That's why both of this work. Lo quiero ver and quiero verlo. It's the same meaning, but you know, it's different position. Let's start from the beginning. Look at this classic example. Lo quiero ver. I want to see him. Now compare this with quiero verlo. Well, wait. Yeah, it means I want to see him too. Nothing changed. The meaning is identical. Spanish simply gives you two options. But why is that? Because there are two verbs, quiero and ver, or querer and ver. The pronoun can either go before the first verb or attach to the infinitive. Remember the infinitive form. You actually remember, right? Correr, jugar, caminar, reír, you know, the base form of a verb. And this doesn't only happen with the verb querer. It happens everywhere in Spanish. Look at this. La voy a comprar. I'm going to buy it. Now compare this with voy a comprarla, and again, the same meaning. Of course, why la? Because the thing you're going to buy is the feminine gender, right? For example, a chair, la silla. And you may be wondering why, how come la silla is feminine? That's a different story. That's about gender in Spanish. And basically, you need to practice a lot. No worries. Don't need to worry about that in this moment. Let's move on and let's analyze a couple more examples. Te puedo ayudar. I can help you. Puedo ayudarte. Here we have the same meaning again, two verbs. Which verbs? The verb poder, right? And the verb ayudar. Fantastic, right? Very good. Nos necesitan llamar. They need to call us. Necesitan llamarnos. It's literally the same meaning. And once you see the pattern, you start noticing it everywhere. But not every verb allows this movement. And that's very, very important. When does this happen? The movement usually happens when Spanish has a conjugated verb plus another verb. Example, quiero verlo. Which verb is being conjugated here in the first person? Singular. Of course, the verb querer, right? Quiero. And then the other verb, verlo, in the definitive form of the verb. And then we add the pronoun, verlo. Then, voy a hacerlo. Which one is conjugated there? Of course, the verb ir. That is a popular irregular verb. Voy a hacerlo. Hacer, infinitive form, you have lo at the end. Puedo ayudarte. Verb poder, verb ayudar. I can help you. Necesito comprarlos. Two verbs. Two possible positions. That's the common pattern. But now look at this. Lo estoy haciendo. I'm doing it. Because Spanish can also say estoy haciéndolo. And again, the same meaning. The pronoun either goes before the first verb or attached to the second. The pattern stays the same. Right? One with the infinitive form and one with gerundio, the gerund. Very good. But why native speakers don't think about this? Because you may be thinking, oh no, wait, how come you react so fast and you identify when you have to use one or the other? The answer is that we don't think about that. Many learners ask which one should I use? The answer is either. Native speakers use both constantly. Sometimes one sounds slightly more natural in a situation, but most of the time both are completely normal. The important thing is recognizing the structure, knowing that it happens, knowing that it's not something, wow, it's just part of the language. Let's identify the pattern. Two verbs. You often have two choices. Lo quiero ver before the verb, or quiero verlo attached to the verb that is in infinitive, right? Lo quiero ver o quiero verlo. La voy a comprar, voy a comprarla. Te puedo ayudar, puedo ayudarte. And that's a shortcut. Let's do a little recap. Spanish pronouns sometimes move because Spanish allows two positions when there are two verbs. The pronoun can go before the first verb or attach to the second verb. You know the examples, la quiero ver, te puedo ayudar, puedo ayudarte. This is the same meaning, just a different position. And that's the big idea today. But now it's your turn. Write one sentence using both versions. You know, lo quiero comprar, quiero comprarlo. One example is more than enough. I'll make sure I read them, correct them if necessary. If not, I'm just gonna give you a thumbs up and tell you, oh, great Spanish. Fantástico español. Hey, and if you still need a refresher on what these pronouns actually mean, watch our video, Direct Object Pronouns Explained, right next, okay? Amigos y amigas, if this helped you understand why Spanish pronouns move around, like the video, subscribe, y nos vemos en el próximo video. Quiero verlo, lo quiero ver. Bueno, ambos. Chao.